Hey, good morning, everybody. So, welcome back to another Technique Tuesday. So, today I'm going to be covering how I make a lather for straight razor shaving. Um, you know, your lather doesn't necessarily need to be different from your DE lather. It's just that some of the times I see when guys transition over from DE shaving, their lathers tend to be a little bit dry, which can lead to a bad first experience. With the DE, because you have that safety bar, it helps with the glide, so you can go for a little bit more thickness and density in the lather. Whereas with the straight razor, you don't have that safety bar, so the only glide is really the soap itself. So you just need to make sure that you have a good, well hydrated lather. And then I got requested that I use a badger brush. I do have synthetics, but they're not my preference. That's just me. So my brush for today, I'm going to be going with a Wolf Whiskers with a 28 millimeter V1 tip from Milton. My soap today, and this is a base that I recommend new straight razor shavers use, and that's going to be Vespers in Barrister and Excelsior. So the reason that I recommend Excelsior is that it's like on the easier side to use. So even if you don't hydrate it really well, it'll still get to the point where it's kind of shavable, and it's widely available. Like, I don't know a lot of people who don't have some Barrister and Man soap. So and if you don't, like, Seville is a great option, as long as you like kind of like a citrus barbershop. But yeah, I'm gonna go here and just get loaded. So I'm just gonna re-wet my brush. So I re-wet the brush, and then what I'm going to do is just give it 3 shakes to get some of that excess water out. I'm not gonna squeeze it. This is just how I like the lather. I like a slightly damper brush. And then I'm just gonna go and load up some soap. So yeah, just remember, I'm not saying Excelsior is the best, base to straight razor shave with or anything like that. I'm just saying that I like it because it's fairly easy, and it's widely available. I mean, to me, one of the easiest bases to work with is Grooming Department's Kairos, but not everybody can get their hands on that. But like something like Seville or you know, a lot of the other Barrister and Man soaps you can easily get. So that's the load I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna get a lot of the excess off the tub right here. And so I'm just going to show how I get the lather for the first pass, because as long as you have that one pretty well hydrated, then I think you'll be okay. Alright, so I'm gonna get lathering here. So I like to start just kind of painting it on, feel out how the hydration of the soap is. I will splay a little bit because I know that there is some excess water trapped in the brush here. So go ahead and splay, get some of that water out. So what I'm looking for when I lather, I try to always go for consistency regardless of what base I use. So you know, with some exceptions, like with Kaizen, I can't really get a lather that looks the same just because that stuff just is so thick. But with most other soaps, I tend to be able to achieve a similar looking lather every single time. So this is about the most I will you know, work a soap up to. I'm not trying to build like an insane amount of volume. So I'm just going to run my tap at kind of a low setting, kind of a nice like small steady stream, and I'm actually going to just go directly into the running tap. You know, I really can't say like how thick this is. Maybe like half the circumference of a of a pencil. Yeah, something like that. So I'm just going to I just went with 3 dips, and I'm gonna paint some of that water in. Okay. Lather flying, always a good sign. So going with about that same that same stream, going 2 dips this time. And so the way I like to do this, wow, I am just losing a ton of soap. But the way I like to add my water is I like to add with that stream method up until I almost have the soap dialed in. And then once I'm close, I'll either leave it as is, or if I feel like I need just a little bit more water, then what I'll do is I'll dip my fingers into the stream, and then I will give myself a few drops. Yeah, so I'm just gonna work this a little bit. Don't need much. Yeah, there we go. Looks a little bit better. And I will call this adequately hydrated, so paint over my mustache area. Just looking for a nice, consistent, covered area, you know. And if you notice it looks a little bit thin, that's okay. You know, hydration is much more important, at least in my opinion. So you don't need like a big, thick lather. So it's a little bit longer than I would normally spend lathering, but yeah, so this is about the level that you want. As you can see, it's a little thin in some areas. Like I said, that's okay. I'd rather have just a little bit of thinness and, you know, very good hydration than more volume and density and less hydration. So yeah, try that out. Really pick a soap that you know can handle water pretty well, and then just like, you know, just dump a bunch of water into it. That's pretty much my best advice. But yeah, look for you know, sheeniness, look for that like kind of slightly thin lather. You know, like I said, you don't need a lot of volume. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you guys learned something from this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one. See ya.